Hello learners, it's week 2 lecture 9 and today we will discuss gender performance, agency as a key concept. In previous lectures, we talked about representation as a key concept and discussed different plays to analyze it from certain conceptual perspective. Today, the idea of agency along with representation will be discussed, and through the analysis of selected plays, it will be understood in a better way. Here is the outline of the talk. Today, it will be discussed that agency and representation are the key concepts, and it will be analyzed in Mahesh Dattani's play Tara, a play in 2 acts, which was originally written in 1990, and another play by him is On a Muggy Night in Mumbai, which was written in 1998. Coming to the idea of agency, what is the meaning of agency and why it is so important? Often we hear the word agency in the context of empowerment in various fields. When we talk about empowerment in the context of gender, agency plays a very pivotal role. Agency primarily is defined as an individual's freedom, autonomy and capacity of leadership and to make decisions about their own life in accordance with personal goals. Agency is an integral part of the empowerment. Empowerment is the ability to make strategic life choices, be able to access resources, take purposeful action and pursue goals which was previously denied to the marginalized. So agency primarily is the ability to critical thinking and the ability to make decisions. Why agency as a concept is so important to understand in the area of gender and performance studies? When agency is lacking, when autonomy is lacking, decision related to one's own life, related to one's own body and decisions affect one's life. And in the analysis part, we will talk about the plays where agency is required but it is lacking. Through words, through dialogues, they are creating a space where it can be acquired, but the absence of it is very much visible in the given society in the particular text that we will be dealing with today. So primarily the idea of agency refers to autonomy, decision making power, leadership skills and also one's choice to live one's life in one's own way. And it leads to empowerment of in various fields including gender. It leads to empowerment in various fields including gender. So agency is very much pivotal to bring empowerment in society as far as gender equality is concerned. So this very concept along with the idea of representation which was previously discussed, we will look into the plays and try to analyze how it can be taken up. In one of his interviews, now we will discuss Mahesh Dattani's play Tara. In this play, 2 siblings who are born as twins, one in a female body and another in a male body, as a male and as a female, twins are born. Twins take birth. By surgery, it was decided that the body will be separated since this joint body was born with 3 legs. One was given to the male body and not to the female body who was deprived of it. It was the decision of the parents to save first the male child, which is questioned through the play by Dattani, where if only one child could survive, the parents decide to save the male child and not the female one. Just because of her biological sex, that she is female, she was not given a chance to live a full life, to live an able life, and she was deprived of a better life that she could have led otherwise. In one of his interviews, Mahesh Dattani talked about this play and told, "I see Tara as a play about the male and the female self. The male self is being preferred in all cultures, including Indian. The play is about the separation of self and the resultant angst. In society, women have faced discrimination, girl child faced discrimination, and Tara is the daughter of a middle class educated family in the text. When it comes to choosing between the conjoined twins, Tara's parents prefer the boy without thinking that Tara has a better chance to survive with 2 legs than Chandan." The social perception played a pivotal role in the surgical separation procedure. So, a surgery takes place and bodies are separated. From one, they became 2. A female and a male, separate and not the one. One was given a chance to live with 2 legs and the other one was hardly surviving with 1 leg. Chandan, who had no idea what happened, and when this decision was taken by his parents, he was a newborn child, and what was going on, they were not part of in the decision making. When he got to know about it later, he did not like it. In fact, emotionally being so much attached with Tara, he rejected and criticized the decision that his parents took. Because even Chandan could not survive very well, because he could not live a good life, because the leg which was given to him and not to Tara was deformed and it was not functional properly. Tara was having better chance to survive with it, but Chandan was preferred. His life, his survival, his better life was a choice of his parents, who were looking for a heir for their family and the familial property, which should be given to a male child and not to a female child. Further, we see Chandan stating in the play that they are not the ugly ones, we are horribly one-legged creatures. He mentioned this because he finds society, actually the society and the people of the society who are abled, who are having fully formed body, being so cruel and ugly. But from the external appearance, they are called, Tara and Chandan are not taken as a human being, a complete human beings, and they are rejected by the society in different situations. Disability and gender, 2 ideas are taken up together in this play, Tara. How a body which is not completely physically functioning according to societal perception, where the mind could be equally capable, having critical thinking, being able to survive, yet at the same time, if it is not apparently fine and functional according to the society, it is questioned. It is called disabled, which in itself is very questionable, and it should not be, a human body should not be disrespected in this way. So, this play presents before us how disability is taken up by the society and how it affects the twins Chandan and Tara, and when they grow up, how they face the society and what are the challenges that they face. Now, the prominent gender divide is erased to a considerable extent in the case of disabled individuals, male and female. Both are seen as the other by the society, and they are treated differently both inside and outside in the family. So, when there is, according to social norms, a disability, a physical disability of any kind, even a minor one, even something which goes unnoticed, still that person, that individual is not recognized as a complete human being, which happens in the case of Tara and Chandan, who are, even Chandan is not taken as a male dominant figure, rather he is a pathetic figure, a male, at the same time a disabled one. So, disability becomes their identity, the first identity, and they are primarily known for it and not how they perceive themselves. Here we find Tara saying in the play that you are afraid of meeting new people, you are afraid they won't see beyond your. So, why are you afraid or anxious? Why don't you meet new people? Because you are afraid that they won't see you beyond your body, or they won't see anything beyond your disability or functioning of the body. So, it is an apparent sight, the gaze that decides already that one is not sufficient enough or complete enough or strong enough to be part of one's society or community, and on the very face that individual is rejected on the basis of that. That is why we find the characters here, especially Chandan and Tara, having anxiety, hesitation to meet people, especially Chandan. So, they are seen as freaks by the society and often reduced to objects of gaze. They are reduced to objects of gaze, but not someone serious enough to pay attention to and to listen. Here we find one of the friends of Chandan and Tara, Rupa, saying, "What's the matter, you freak? So, are you deaf as well?" Here we find Rupa saying that you are not only this, you are also that, means you have multiple disability. And this is just a very casual comment that she passed, but for her it is casual, for the one she addressed it could be very disrespectful, and for her it could be just a light talk, but for the one for whom she has used these words, it could be very demeaning and indicating towards the body which is taken as disabled and not properly respected. So, gender discrimination form the crux of the story, and here we find Tara, the female twin, is stripped of her right to live with dignity just because of her sex, that she is female. Her right to live and right to survive and right to live with dignity is taken away. There is no agency over one's own body in her case, and it is taken away by parents who are considered as the protectors. The Tani names the play after the female twin Tara, whose right to live and right to a healthy life was taken away just because of her sex. So, the basic right, the fundamental right of a human being to live and live with dignity are taken away in the situation when a medical urgency was felt and the parents chose the male child and not the female one. They wanted to have the male child being protected and seeing a better life instead of Tara, the female child, living a good life. So this choice was made by the parents. And in this, doctors, the medical industry is equally responsible to further strengthen the social division of gender existing in the society, where medically it is decided how the body will be. So when it is said that gender is a social construction but biological sex is naturally given, that also becomes questionable, because medically also through surgeries and certain decisions are taken at the level of science that changes how one will be taken up once that person is grown up. So science and medicine, the field of medicine, is not beyond gender construction. The societal norms of gender are followed in these industries as well. They are not beyond it, which are questioned through this play by Mahesh Dattani. These are some of the pictures of one of the enactments where we see Tara in the middle of her parents, and in the other picture we find Chandan, his older self, where things are revealed to him and he got to know how the choice was made between him and Tara, and he adapted a new name as Dan, and he is sitting at his desk. He is sitting at his desk and writing a play in the memory of his sister Tara as Twinkle Tara, where he is writing about her struggle and societal challenges that she faced. They were emotionally attached and cannot be separated. It appeared as if they are just two from outside, but they are one actually, because through medical surgery the body was separated into two as a male child and a female child, but when they were born they were one, and emotionally and mentally they are connected with each other even after medical surgery, which proved that one is separated under the societal pressure, but ultimately they are one, and they don't think in a different way as a two different gendered self. It is the societal conditioning and the norms that make them believe so. Another play that we will be analyzing is Mahesh Dattani's On a Muggy Night in Mumbai, which is the first play on the LGBTQ community that has directly addressed the issues of the other sexual identities. Mahesh Dattani is a renowned playwright who dared to question the hierarchies existing in the society, and he questioned the heteronormative society and homophobia existing in the society. In this play we find characters having different orientation. Their orientation, some of them are there, their orientation is known to the others and it is questioned, and some are living a hideous life where it is not yet disclosed and they are under pressure to live a heteronormative life, a married heteronormative life that is expected from them. So one of the characters said here in the play, Bunny, all I am saying is that we should all forget about categorizing people as gay or straight or bi or whatever, and let them do what they want to do. So it is an assertion. Society has not changed accordingly, but an assertion to make people understand that whatever they are, let them be what they want to be. If it makes them happy and if they identify themselves in a certain way, there is no harm. It's their basic human right to be what they want and to come out with their real identity. And if they will not do so, and under societal pressure, if they will follow a norm, there will be internal clash and several issues come up, and the life will become hell for them, which we see in the play, who are living a life under societal pressure, and the society which has a phobia related to homosexuality and the LGBTQ community, which they think is a Western idea and it doesn't exist in India. It is a belief, but when one goes back in the history, there are several ancient references in ancient India till date where it is clear evidences are there that suggest that it is not a Western phenomena but a reality existing all over the world, including India. There is a group of friends in the text who come together for a meetup, and all of them are deviants to the heteronormative society. They are deviants because they don't follow the norms, so they are deviants. Some have opened up about their sexual orientation while some are closet homosexual. Here there is an exploration of the possible outcomes and its eventual effects on their lives if their sexual preference is known by others. As it is stated, it's a fear of the corners we will be pushed into where we don't want to be. So there is a fear that they will be seen in a questionable way, that they will be living a life of an exile. They will be thrown out from their house. They will be taken out of the social premises within which they are living at the present time. How they will be taken up by the society, and it will become very, very risky and problematic situation. So they don't want to invite problems. That's why they are keeping their identity a secret, what they are, because there is no societal acceptance in the time that they are living in. So primarily in this play, societal constraints are there that controls how one forms one's identity and sexual orientation. One is not free to decide what one wants or identify oneself, but there is a dichotomous choice that they have to make, either this or that, either male or female, either man or woman, masculine man or feminine female are the only choices that they have, that one has. And heteronormative life is the only life that one can live, and it is accepted. Homosexuality is questioned and it is not accepted in the society. Even one's own family is not ready to accept it, and they throw away if the identity is revealed of a son or a daughter in that manner under the societal pressure. So the characters' behavior and dialogues here, who are very assertive, and when they meet they talk about it, the dialogues itself blurs the gender lines and suggest how fluid the very gender identity is, and it blurs the line. Because we see that in theatre, previously also it is mentioned that in theatre talking is also a kind of doing. Talking is an action, and when you talk about something, when a dialogue is created about a particular idea, it gradually creates an awareness, and this awareness leads to a change of mindset, the change of perception. It makes people think that how, in whatever way they are thinking, they used to think so far, they need to give a fresh understanding to it, and that itself is an achievement of theatre. So here one of the characters, Kamlesh, mentioned, "Oh, don't be such a drama queen." and he used this phrase for a person who is biologically male. So if one behaves in a certain way, these kinds of phrases can also be used for them. So he is a drama queen, which suggests that these are the boundaries that socially it is constructed and it is not given and naturally it comes. No, it is not so. Another statement that further suggests what is the situation here. Until he said, "I would never be happy as a gay man," it is impossible to change society, but it may be possible for you to reorient yourself. So it is obviously difficult to change the society, but how you take up yourself, how you stand for yourself, how you orient yourself is your decision, and there your agency exists. In your decision, in how you deal with your life and how you take it up, their agency lies. And in the play, this statement was made by a psychiatrist whom the protagonist consulted for getting the treatment for his depression. So this character is in depression because he is unable to come out with his real identity, that due to societal pressure, and he is going to psychiatrists, he is visiting to psychiatrists to come out of the depression that he is getting in. That suggests that at the level of human psyche, how many conflicts are created, and it can make a person mentally ill if there is an identity clash, that what one wants to be and what society expects him or her to perform. If there is a clash, if it is not in alignment, then definitely it will create certain conflicts which will lead to sickness, depression and other troubles that the person will face. So on a muggy night in Mumbai unveils the presence of homosexuality in India and the pressure and constraints under which the homosexuals have to continue their life in India. So they continue to live, but they live a life under pressure. They live a life as if it's a life not respectful, a life full of shame, which is again questionable because one is judged, one is respected not because he is a human being, but on the basis of his position, respect in the society and how he identifies oneself and how far he has been able to reach to the parameters of the society. These are the problematic issues that are subtly questioned by Mahesh Dattani in his plays. Here we could only talk about Tara and On a Muggy Night in Mumbai. There are several other examples that can be taken up to understand the idea of representation, agency and how gender as a concept should be studied. In the next lecture, we will in detail talk about the sexual identities and how it is enacted in India and accepted as well. Thank you so much.